This video is brought to you by swagbucks.com. Swagbucks allows you to earn rewards for playing games, taking surveys, and watching videos. Turn those rewards into Amazon or PayPal gift cards with ease. Earn 5 free Swagbucks by signing up today with the link in the description box down below. Once again, that's swagbucks.com. The month of May is just around the corner, which means one thing: there are more video games coming out to your platform of choice. Whether you like to play the Nintendo Switch, the PS4, the Xbox One, or whether you are a multi-platform owner, there is something for everyone coming out in the month of May. In this video specifically, we're going to be taking a look at the upcoming Nintendo Switch releases for the month of May, the cream of the crop, the best of the best, where I feel your dollar would be most impactful. And surprisingly, there's a lot of games coming out to the Nintendo Switch in the month of May. A lot of them I actually forgot were coming this month, and it's a pretty stacked month. Your wallet may end up being in a little bit of pain once May is all said and done. So sit back, relax, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and in this video we're going to take a look at the best upcoming Switch games for the month of May 2018.
Hey, RGT 85. Hey, Sean.
Oh my God, it's Stevie Richards!
So the first game we're going to talk about on the video today is a game that releases on May 4th, so pretty much right around the corner, and it is a big release for the Nintendo Switch. This was a Wii U game that was very successful, but unfortunately a lot of people did not own a Wii U, so there have been a lot of Wii U ports, and that is Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Now this game is a beautiful looking game. I played this game to death on the Wii U, and I absolutely loved it. It's very beautiful, it's very challenging, there's a lot to do and a lot to see. The Nintendo Switch version does add in Funky Kong as well, which is sort of a difficulty slider for the game. The Funky Kong, if you decide to choose him, he's a little bit easier basically, and because that's really a needed thing in the game. The game is very challenging and can be a tad frustrating at times, but I always enjoyed the 2D mechanics of the game, and just the presentation of it is fantastic. The music, the graphics, the environment, the flow of the gameplay. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze was one of those games that I felt was going to be stuck on the Wii U and forgotten about in time, but it's great to see it coming to the Nintendo Switch. Like I said, this game will be available on May 4th, so if you don't own a Wii U and you've never played Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, I definitely recommend you check it out. It is a bit of a hard pill to swallow at $60 though, considering the Wii U version of the game was only $50, but a game this good, a game that looks and plays this good, honestly, you could sort of look past that little pricing thing. If you're a fan of 2D platformers, this is one of the best in recent memory, so make sure you guys check out Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze when it releases on May 4th. On May 10th, a very interesting indie game drops onto the Nintendo Switch, and it's a game that I've actually covered on this channel very recently, and it's a game called Immortal Redneck. Now, I did a full video sort of showcasing this game a few days ago, but basically what Immortal Redneck is a procedurally generated roguelike first-person shooter set in Egyptian times. I know that sounds really crazy, but somehow this game works. It's actually very fun. Every time you play a level, you sort of get a little bit further and then you die, and when you die, you basically get to a skill tree section, and you can increase your character's skills via gold that you acquire while playing. Your goal in the game is to clear out different Egyptian pyramids. There are 3 different pyramids, and there are different levels to the pyramid. Once you get to the top level of the pyramid, there are 3 levels within the pyramid, then you fight a boss battle. And it's a really engaging game. It's a game that I started playing and I was like, okay, you know, it's not too bad, but it's one of those games that just sort of creeps up on you, and you just keep playing it longer and longer and longer, and the time just goes away. The game looks pretty good, it's very fast, it's very fluid. It feels like a throwback to old school first-person shooters. It's very frantic, and I like that about the game. You're clearing out different rooms of enemies and then proceeding through the game, and the fact that it's randomly generated really gives a high replay value to the game. It's a game that pretty much surprised me. It's available on the PS4 and the Xbox One already, but this is a game that you should definitely check out if you're just a Switch owner, because I had a lot of fun with it, and I think I'm going to continue to have a lot of fun with it. So Immortal Redneck, that drops on the eShop on May 10th. Another very successful Wii U game that actually saw a port to the 3DS is now being ported to the Nintendo Switch, and that'll be available on May 18th, and that is Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Now, strangely enough, I own this game on the Wii U. I own this game on the 3DS, but there is a very, very high chance that I will pick up this game on the Nintendo Switch. A triple dip, if you will, which is pretty surprising because I usually don't do things like that, but Hyrule Warriors is just a fantastic game. By combining the Dynasty Warriors style of gameplay with the Legend of Zelda characters and timeline and themes and areas, it's just so much fun. There's so much to do and so much to see. Like I said, I own it on the Wii U, I own it on the 3DS. I have not 100% completed either one of them. I've probably 20% completed them, because even after you beat the story mode, there's adventure mode, there's different missions that you can unlock and different things to do, different characters. There's so much stuff, and the Definitive Edition features all of the DLC from the Wii U and the 3DS version of the game, and includes some Breath of the Wild style tunics and items as well. And this is just a fantastic game. They've actually incorporated the best feature of the 3DS version, which was the ability to change from any character on the map at any given time, so you're not relying on the CPU characters to do everything. You can switch to a character to accomplish a goal, which is definitely needed. It's a fantastic game. If you've never played a Dynasty Warriors game, this is a perfect introduction, because the Legend of Zelda related stuff in the game will keep you glued to it. It looks great, it plays great, a fantastic game, and definitely a triple dip for me. So May 18th, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, you don't want to miss out on that game. Also releasing on May 18th is a game that I missed on other platforms, but it was always something very intriguing to me. It looked sort of dark and morbid, and it just looked like a game that I would enjoy playing, and that is Little Nightmares. Little Nightmares Complete Edition will be coming to the Nintendo Switch, both digitally and physically, on May 18th. It's basically a game where you face your childhood fears. It's a puzzle platformer. It's a very dark and brooding game that really plays into your childhood fears of things where everything seems larger than life, but it's a game that I'm actually really interested in playing. I don't know too much about it, but I do know that I love the aesthetic of the game. It just oozes charm, and it just looks really good. The Switch version of the game will have all of the DLC from previous versions of the game, so that's really good too. And I don't know, there's just something about this game that really draws me to it. I love sort of dark, creepy horror style games, and Little Nightmares Complete Edition looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And like I said, that game will release on May 18th for the Nintendo Switch. The Mega Man Legacy Collection Part 1 and 2 have released on pretty much everything under the sun except the Nintendo Switch. Well, that will finally be rectified on May 22nd. In case you don't know what the Mega Man Legacy Collection is, Part 1 of the Mega Man Legacy Collection is the NES Classics, Mega Man 1 through 6. Part 2 of the collection is Mega Man 7 through 10. Now, these games are just fantastic games. If you've never played a Mega Man game, I don't know, you've played a Mega Man game, everyone's played a Mega Man game, but the ability to play them all on one device is a very nice feature. Now, of course, there is added stuff into these versions of the game. It's not just straight up ROMs running on the Nintendo Switch. Mega Man 1 through 6 on the Legacy Collection, I played that on the 3DS, and I absolutely loved it. There's so many extra things like promotional materials and Japanese language that you can use for it, so it turns into Rockman and stuff. There's like a whole art gallery and museum and stuff. There's a whole bunch of literature and fun things to learn about the Mega Man series. Now, the one thing that I don't like about this collection is the fact that if you purchase it physically, you only get the first collection on the cartridge. You have to download Mega Man Legacy Collection 2, which is very strange to me. Yes, they added in things like boss rush mode. Yes, they added in different features, and they added in some easy mode, so if you're a beginner to the Mega Man series, you can play the game more accessibly, but still, these are old games. They should be able to fit on one single cartridge. This is Capcom cheaping out. But if for some reason you have not played the Mega Man Legacy Collection, this is probably the perfect time to get into it. Like I said, both collections release on May 22nd, and I highly suggest you check them out if you have not checked them out on other platforms yet. The Runner series is a bit of a cult franchise, in my opinion, that doesn't really get enough credit. A lot of people really loved Bit Trip Runner. It was one of the most successful Wii eShop games, and you don't hear a lot of people talking about it too much anymore. But Runner 3 is coming out on the Nintendo Switch on May 22nd as a console timed exclusive, and it looks like a really good game. It's a rhythm-based running game, and the graphics in this game have really upped the ante for this franchise. You know, it's always been a decent-looking game, but this game just looks spectacular. It definitely sort of screams that AAA polish. There's going to be a hero mode. There's going to be different branching paths. There's going to be an item shop where you can acquire different things. I'm sure there will be tons of unlockable different characters. It's a game that I think a lot of people are sleeping on, and I think it's going to be the sleeper hit for the month of May for the Nintendo Switch. Like I said, Runner 3 will be available on May 22nd, both physically and digitally. So no matter how you like to buy your games, I definitely suggest you put Runner 3 on your radar, because I think it's going to be the sleeper hit of the month, and I think it's going to be a fantastic game. And the final game, May 29th, a great way to end the month, is the game that I'm looking forward to the most. If you follow the channel, you know one thing. I love 2D fighting games, especially 2D Street Fighter fighting games. And the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection will be available on all platforms, including the Nintendo Switch, on May 29th. What is this game? It is a collection of 12 different Street Fighters throughout the course of history, all of them being beautiful 2D fighters. There's going to be art galleries, museums, much like the Mega Man Legacy Collection, a whole bunch of fun stuff, soundtrack listening, and of course there is online play with this game as well. You can choose from 4 different Street Fighters throughout the course of history and play these games online with people. I just love collections like this. I love being able to play a plethora of retro games on one single cartridge, and the fact that it's Street Fighter is just so awesome to me. I'm so looking forward to this game. I wish it was the end of May already so I could have it in my hands and be playing it. Just a fantastic collection. And whereas the Mega Man Legacy Collection could not fit on one cartridge, the Street Fighter Collection does fit on one cartridge. Thank you, Capcom, for not messing that up. But yes, the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection releases on May 29th, and it's definitely the game I'm most excited for in the month of May. And those are the Nintendo Switch games for the month of May 2018 that I recommend you check out. Now, of course, there will be indie games that do not have a concrete release date at the time of this filming that will be released in the month of May, but unfortunately, without a concrete release date, I can't really talk about it because it could end up being delayed, something could end up happening, and then I would end up looking dumb. All of these games that I have talked about do have a concrete release date, so you can be rest assured that they will come out then. But yeah, a good variety of stuff here, whether you like retro stuff, whether you want to check out some Wii U ports, or a game that I think is going to be a true hidden gem like Runner 3. A lot of cool stuff going on. So thank you guys for checking out this video. Let me know in the comments section down below what games you plan on picking up in the month of May for the Nintendo Switch, and do not forget that I will be doing one for the PS4 and the Xbox One, a video highlighting those games as well. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to stick in tune with that. I want to thank Swagbucks for sponsoring this video. Like I said in the intro, make sure you check out their website. I'll have a link to it in the description box down below. Very simple stuff, very cool way to earn some extra cash, because everyone always needs cash. Cash rules everything around me. Cream get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. Thank you guys for checking out this video. If you really enjoyed it, make sure you check out all of the links in the description box down below. Patreon, t-shirts, social media, all sorts of ways to keep up to date with the world of RGT 85, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Later.
RGT 85. RGT 85. RGT